home as Finn Hudson on Glee. He is Cory Monteith, a huge Vancouver fan. You should have heard him hooting and hollering again as you relive the moment from last night. Welcome. Thanks for coming in.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell us about last night. Where were you when they scored the goal?
I was sitting in a bar over on 44th Street, and it was the only place I was walking around Hell's Kitchen looking for a bar that was playing the hockey game, and I was by myself. All my other friends who were not interested in hockey had left, and left with all their friends to go do other stuff, and I had to see this game. It was literally midnight, walking around Midtown there, and I walked into this bar, and walked in, and everybody's having a good time, partying, not even paying attention to this little television up there on the screen, up in the corner, playing the hockey game, and I'm like, glued to it, and that's where I was, watched the game.
So what was the reaction?
I stood up and I was like, yeah, and I started screaming, yeah, and everybody's like, what's this guy? What's this guy doing?
Haven't we seen that guy somewhere before?
Nobody. You know what? One person came up to me and they're like, "Do I know you? Do I know you from somewhere?"
Like, no.
And I was like, maybe we worked at the shop or something." But it was amazing. I was literally felt like I was gonna vomit the whole game because I was so scared. It was a cliffhanger, you know, and then that overtime goal was beautiful. It was a beautiful shot.
I got another question though. Like the reaction when you win is always great. How about the reaction when Jonathan Toews scores with 2 minutes left to tie it?
It was like that sinking feeling in your stomach, you know?
Yeah. Pain.
I know it.
Playoffs the overtime is so much. It's just there's so much luck involved in it. Everybody's just slinging the puck around everywhere, and it's just you don't know what's going to happen. You know, the finesse goes away, so it's scary.
So you're born in Calgary, but we're not going to even mention the Flames. How did you become such a huge Canucks fan?
I moved to British Columbia, BC, Victoria, Vancouver area when I was 2. So I grew up on the West Coast, and I moved to Vancouver, and that's when I started becoming a hockey fan and watching hockey. All my friends watch it and stuff, and when I moved away from Canada, it was when I really started becoming a hockey fan because it's patriotism really. When you move to the States, all of a sudden every Canadian you run into them at the LA Kings game. You run into you know, so that's when I really started being a fan. It was like 3 years ago.
What's your memories? I guess if it's only a few years ago, do you have memories of the Canucks before this kind of run or no?
Absolutely, I remember the 1994 playoff run. From when I was a kid, I was watching Hockey Night in Canada. Yeah, there they are, right there.
That's old school, right there.
They're terrible. I remember Hockey Night in Canada is like it's the highest rated television show in the country. Or something, you know what I mean? So it's such a part of your upbringing. It's very much a part of my
favorite player.
You know, I played because I grew up in Victoria. It's pretty warm in the winter, and I couldn't afford the hockey gear, so I played street hockey with the tennis ball and then the rollerblades.
And so did you have a Canuck that was your favorite player?
I think I really liked at the time Trevor Linden because he's such a stand-up guy. He does so many good things for the community, and but I remember I was really I don't know, I don't like to play favorites. I don't know. I don't like to. I'm a big fan.
You're a team guy.
I'm a team guy.
You're for the team.
I'm for the team.
How about this whole last couple of days? Because there's been a lot of angst for Vancouver Canuck fans. You had a 3-0 series lead. This is a year. President's Trophy. You're 3-0 up. You're going to win. You're going to want to win a Stanley Cup. And all of a sudden you find yourself 3-3 in a bar on 44th Street hoping for the best.
Game 7. Yeah. Don't they call it the President's Cup curse or something?
Yeah,
I mean,
that does sometimes come into play.
I'm hoping it works out. I have my fingers crossed. I'm watching all the games. I can't control the hockey game. I can just show up and root for the team.
He looks a little bit like Jeff Skinner, no?
A little bit. He's with the Carolina Hurricanes. He's young. He's a real young kid. He's 18 years old. He's a Rookie of the Year candidate. So
wow.
Look a little like Jeff Skinner.
Right. Was he just in here the other day or something?
No, we've been keeping an eye on Jeff Skinner for a while now.
Oh.
All right, so we have to talk about Glee.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Other than Hockey Night in Canada, like the biggest show in ratings going, right?
Probably, yeah.
So I read that you auditioned for the gig with like pencils or drumsticks on Tupperware.
True story.
What's that story?
True story. My manager, she wanted me to show my musicality because I wasn't a singer at the time. So she had me drum on Tupperware with pencils in the office, and we sent that, and it was goofy as hell, you know, this audition, which was good for the character, because it's awkward kind of goofball, right? And I guess it caught their attention, or showed them some kind of element to the character they hadn't seen before.
So this show has become a phenomenon. I mean, could you have had an idea when you started or got the role that it would become what it's become?
No. I mean, I absolutely thought that it was going to be, quite successful because it's so different, or very unsuccessful. I thought it was going to go one way or the other because it was very unlike anything before.
Yeah, look at you. You're noticing yourself. They were running the shots here of you were in the front row at a game.
I'm just trying to figure out where that was. I was like, where is it?
Yeah. You got hit up against the glass, I think, in a similar shot like that. Did you get good seats now, thanks to Glee?
Yes.
Yeah,
that's like one of the best things. Honestly, I was right up against the glass, and I think was it Burroughs that got hit right there.
There you go.
And he got smashed, and I was running away. And there's all the Glee castmates right there beside me, Harry and everybody.
You're chirping a little bit there. What's that about? You chirp.
Yeah.
You trying to turn them on to hockey, or has that been successful?
Yeah, I think they're fans of the sport, but I think a lot of my castmates are sort of new to it, So, but I'm working on that.
So what's the story? I talk whenever we get somebody in here like yourself. I turn to my wife because I'm watching 100 hockey games.
Yeah.
And she says she's watched the show tonight. You can't dance or something. What's going on with that? That was one of the episodes. Is that in real life or just in the show?
In both, actually, in real life and on the show. And it's funny. I'm really happy that I found a show to sort of highlight my natural lack of ability at dancing. No, that's the basics of this episode. Born This Way was that. It's about really accepting what your shortcomings are, and Finn and Hudson can't dance, so they all get on stage and they wear these T-shirts, that kind of show their weak points, as accepting their.
Now, have you been shooting in New York?
Yes, we were shooting right over at our hotel. We were shooting over in Central Park. We're all over the place.
So what are you shooting? Tell us what you're shooting.
This is a New York episode. It's called New York, and we're doing all these New York songs. And we're coming to nationals, the big show choir competition, which takes place in New York City. So we've all got extra super coach tickets to New York and whatever
super
it is.
Coach.
Yeah, like the cheap flights from Ohio, and all the kids come to the city to do the big show choir competition. So.
What's the story with that Jane Lynch? Now, she's like the big star of the show, right? She's always whipping everybody into shape, right? Is that what goes on with her? Give me the background of her character.
You know what? I mean, Sue Sylvester is she's iconic now. I mean, this show really created a legendary character with her, and she couldn't be any more different in real life. She's one of the most warmest, humblest people you could ever hope to meet. And it's so funny that she plays such a ice cold,
nasty.
Yeah, in real life or on television. So
it looks like did you get that T-shirt at the store today?
Yeah,
you went shopping.
Right downstairs.
So we have some cameras down there. We have a segment called Ask EJ. But since you're here today, so we have some Ask Corys. Are you ready to answer some questions from fans?
Yeah, please, absolutely.
Is that okay?
Let's hear it.
All right, let's go to the first one.
Just wondering how the Canucks are going to solve Pekka Rinne in the next series.
How are the Canucks going to solve Pekka Rinne in the next series?
I don't know. I'll
give you the stock.
Not your job.
I'll give you the stock answer. Get pucks to the net, get bodies to the net, create traffic. Make it tough for them. Create a little bit of a hassle in the crease. I mean, it's the same answer all the time.
I don't know. I think the Canucks are playing really good offensive hockey lately. I think they're playing very aggressive, physical games. So I think that they're a really mature team right now, and I think they're really showing their colors. And they're playing better than I've seen them play in forever.
Yeah.
So
could be wrong, but it looked like he had the V-neck that are of those old colors, the Pavel Bure black and gold. All right, let's go to another question.
Got one more? All right.
Hi, I'm Cliff from New York. Hey, Cory, on the cast of Glee, who's the best hockey player?
Cast of Glee, who's the best hockey player?
Cast of Glee. I think Cord Overstreet played hockey, who plays Sam Evans on the show. I think he played hockey in Nashville, and he's since actually become a Nashville Predators fan.
All right. Well, that's a little. Now we got a little angst here.
You know what? I mean, he can root for the team that's not as good. I mean, that's fine.
That's right.
Cool. That's fine.
Right. He can be the underdog.
The #1 seed, and he can be the underdog. That's fine.
Right. I think there's going to be a little something going on between you guys in the next couple of weeks.
I ain't scared.
All right.
I have to ask you, though, about Vancouver, because the level of angst, and it was huge in the papers. How big is it back there for folks like yourself, where it means so much, the fabric of it's such a part of the fabric of everyday life?
It's like church. It seriously is. You walk into Rogers Arena and it's like church. There's something more than a hockey game going on, and I miss that so much. Going to those games in Vancouver, because there's electricity in the air, and it's magic.
We got to get you to a game.
I know.
As they continue on, do you have any breaks from Glee? Are you in the middle of shooting? Where's the hiatus?
I'm gonna have. I got like a week off in May, I think.
There
so
you go.
I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I'm going to be able to.
Maybe if things go well, maybe you can get a little time off in early June.
Early June would be really good too.
Really good time for you to be off if things go well.
I'm gonna be all over. Actually, the U.S. We're going into the Glee tour, a live concert tour all over the states. So that's going to be what we're doing next. So hopefully the dates line up, the stars align.
How do you like that? I'll ask that one other thing. Is how do you like something like that? Like when you do a show for television, it's one thing, and then you go out on the road and you're doing a live show where, the fans that watch that show, they're all of a sudden they're coming. I mean, how is that for you?
It's a whole different animal. It's so exciting, so exhilarating to go up on stage in front of. We're going to be up on stage in front of 16,000 people at Staples Center and O2 in London and all these places, and the energy is amazing. It's such a change of pace too, because I'm usually in the same building in Hollywood, California, shooting 15 hours a day, 6 days a week or whatever it is. So it's like, it's wonderful to get out on the road and do that kind of stuff.
I would think you appreciate your fans, because I'm sure there are tons of fans of Glee that come up to you, because you have a feeling for the Canucks, you have a feeling for some of the players. Does that sort of help you relate to your fans, knowing how you feel about them?
Sure it does, and I mean, I see how those kids are inspired, when they come up and they want to get the hat or the jersey autographed by, Kessler or somebody else, and the look in their face, it's the same when they come up to me, and so there's a responsibility, and it's an honor. It's an honor for me to be in that position too, and it's always constantly humbling.
Well, I don't know how busy your schedule is. We're going to do some Stanley Cup playoff moments. If you can stay with us.
Sure.
If you have to go, we'll let you go. We're going to take a break. And so happy to have Cory Monteith here. It's been fun talking about Glee. And the Canucks, who only have 24 hours to celebrate. They're right back at it tomorrow night against Nashville. The NHL has already set their schedule. What are you doing tomorrow?
I'm watching the game, hopefully.
44th, you got to go good luck now, right?
Hopefully.
All right, back with more NHL Live right after this. A man cave devoted to the Penguins. His whole body is devoted. Do you have a tattoo? Do you have a Vancouver tattoo?
Yeah, I can't show it to you, though. It's in a real inappropriate area.
Okay.
Yeah.
If they win the Cup, would you get a cup?
Yeah, I get the Stanley Cup
right there.
All right.
Right there.
All right, so we saw 66. We're going to take a moment here. It's our history versus history bracket, which you can go on NHL.com and vote. And there's 64 great moments. Which one do you think is the greatest? So many moments over the many years in the Stanley Cup playoffs. And today's moment is one that involves number 66, and it's the famous Mario Lemieux play. And, we're going to talk a little bit about, do you have much memory of Mario, or are you a Gretzky guy?
One of the first rookie cards I had was Mario Lemieux, future superstar. I had this card.
And they were right.
They were right.
They were right.
Those people who make those cards, they were right.
They know something over there.
And it was a little bit like the Bobby Ryan goal. Did you see the Bobby Ryan goal the other night where he went from one end of the ice to the other? But this is the famous Mario Lemieux goal scored in the playoffs.
Yeah, this is 91, I guess, when Pittsburgh won their first cup. Pretty nice move right there. Here it is, May 17th. 91.
So you're in L.A.
Good stuff.
You must see Wayne Gretzky a bit.
I had the pleasure of meeting Wayne Gretzky at an L.A. Kings. Was it a Vancouver game? I don't remember which game it was, but I met him, and I think his kids are fans of the show, and so he came up and he introduced his kids to me, and I was standing with two friends, one of which is from Canada as well, and who was just about dropped the glass. Because he was talking to Wayne Gretzky. He was right there. That doesn't happen very often.
Yeah, and Wayne is a friend of the show. And he's always done a lot of nice things here. But it's cool when you can meet people like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sure in your situation now, people are all bringing their kids to you.
Yeah.
All right, so final thought about Glee, and where's it going after this season? And, you signed up for a couple more. I hope you're negotiating hard, making sure you get a good deal after the success. Where do you go from here?
Played hardball. I think it's going to be interesting to see whether or not Glee wins nationals. I think that's really going to be interesting to see.
Okay.
Because I think that's going to set the tone for a lot of the third season.
Okay.
And who's gonna be in the third season, who's not, who's going to be around. It's going to be interesting to see. I really don't know.
When are you done shooting in New York, Mr. Coy?
We're done Saturday.
All right, well, we wish you luck tomorrow.
Thank you.
That's right.
Nothing against Nashville, but you're here.
That's right. Hey, he's a fan. We have Nashville fans here. We will wish them well as also. But yeah, good luck, enjoy, and maybe this will be the year for the Vancouver Canucks.
I really hope it is.
And we'll get you with that Stanley Cup if it is. All right.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Right.
So nice to meet you.
Thank you very much.
All right, we'll take a
Appreciate
break. We'll let you
Thank
go.
you.
Thanks a lot. We'll see you soon.